I'm going to roll.
Hey everybody, welcome to Down to Tabletop. We are a new role-playing podcast, and I'm joined here with some of my good friends. My name is Greg, and I'm going to be the game master for this campaign. We're playing the Star Wars Fantasy Flight Games tabletop RPG. And so I'm going to pass it along to the next person to introduce. You guys just go ahead and introduce yourselves, and then we'll get into your characters.
Hi, my name is Caitlin, and I'm playing a Zabrak named... How do I pronounce her name?
Nice.
Branada. She goes by Bran, and last name is Quicks.
Hi, my name is Dylan, and I am playing a gank named Stee.
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
S''Tee.
Nice.
It's one of those things where, like, when you say, like, I'm playing a gank, it's just like, it sounds wrong
Yeah.
a little bit, but I like it.
It's like he has some
that was
phlegm
the
in the back
whole
of his
Yeah.
throat.
Hey, my name is Em, and I'm playing a Khalida? A Khalida?
We did this 12 times.
I know. Her name is Fumfu.
Fumfu.
Nice. I am Trey, and I'm playing an Iktachi named Bes'trouf. Bes'trouf.
It's kind of Russian.
It's like a hard R, you know? Bes'trouf.
It's going to be hard to write down. All right.
I believe in you.
So I'm going to kind of give a background on each of your characters real quick. It's not in the order that we just went in because I didn't write it that way. So my bad, but I'll explain each character, their kind of background. You guys kind of fill in any kind of like, and my guy, really likes the color brown or whatever.
Who doesn't? It's a great color.
So we have Stee the Fifth.
Right.
So what would that make his name be if it's to E the Fifth?
I don't know. What do you think it is, Caleb?
Listen here.
Cough, cough.
If you call me Steve, I swear to God.
So Stee is from Nar Shaddaa. His grandfather led a gang called the Ravagers, which we may have to change because I remembered, the Ravagers are the gang in Guardians of the Galaxy. So balls.
And I'm pretty sure they're the bad guys in... that space western. What is it called? Firefly. Jesus.
Oh, really? Oh, dang.
I believe
that's why I was like,
Ravagers in
that's a good
Firefly.
name. I should call them the Ravagers. I'm like, because
We don't have to worry about crossing streams because Disney owns everything at this point. So
true.
it's all feasible.
He led a gang. That
works.
They led a gang, which they're under the authority of Kulo the Hutt. They're his enforcers. They're often used to kind of make sure that people came clean on their debts. And also bring the hammer down on some unwilling subjects. So Stee was given a chance to lead a mission. His dad had been killed before by Kulo because he basically, he dishonored him a bit. And so Stee's mission was to go and retrieve a ship that was filled with spice, which is like the Star Wars drug of choice. So Stee easily took the ship. Everything was fine, but then the captain of the ship threatened to blow it up and kill both him and ruin the spice. Stee called the bluff because he thought he had everything under control.
He tends to be kind of reckless like that.
Yeah. And so the ship didn't fully explode because Stee is still alive. However, all the spice was lost, as well as several gang members. But Stee paid the ultimate price because he was then tortured and imprisoned for his failure. And his grandfather, Stee the Fourth, made a bargain for his grandson's life. And he would have to pay the sum total of what Kulo deemed was the loss of the spice, which was 100,000 credits. So he's in the hole pretty deep. And he had to pay it within 1 year. And in the meantime, he would be exiled from Nar Shaddaa and from the rest of the ganks, which for ganks is a huge dishonor thing. It's an ultimate shame. And so he has to pay some amount each month, or his grandfather's going to be killed. So that's kind of Stee's thing. He's been looking for a way to make money, and he recently signed on to a job that has a very lucrative opportunity to it, and that was about 2 weeks before we're going to begin today. The next person is Bes'trouf.
Bes'trouf.
Bes'trouf. Bes'trouf was orphaned as a child. It's gonna be a hard like.
The eyebrows go up every time you say that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really nice.
He was orphaned as a child, so he can't really remember anything before being 5. So he traveled the galaxy for years by himself until he found a good woman, and she gave him a baby, but she died in the childbirth, and so he had to make ends meet and provide for the kid. So he took out a loan from the Salzin Syndicate, but he was unable to pay it back in time. Once he did, they claimed that he still had plenty of interest to still pay, which is about 50,000 credits. And they put a bounty out on him because they didn't think he was going to pay for it. So he protected his child by leaving them in the care of a trusted friend on Ord Mantell, and I'll leave you with the name of that friend for later. And he was just going to continue to try to find some way to gain money without having to worry about his child being with him at the same time. Bes'trouf has always felt extremely lucky, even though he's had this recent bout of bad times. He's always been able to find his way out of these tough circumstances and succeed where others have failed. There's something in him that calls to him and gives him strength when he needs it and peace at other times. If you were to ask him, he would say it's the spirit of his wife just kind of helping him and protecting him. But somebody who's more seasoned would be able to see that the force is at work within him. So he's desperate for work, and he signs on to this new dangerous job that's been kind of put out there that'll pay quite handsomely if they succeed. And he's just hoping that his new employer keeps their end of the bargain. Now we're going to move to Fumfu, damn it, I was ready to say the race.
Yeah.
No, it's Kalidahin.
Khalidin. I don't know.
Khalidin.
Whatever.
Khalid. No, there's definitely a duh. Kalidahin. A Kalidahin, which is, for those listening, is really the alien race that tried to help save Padme's life at the end of Revenge of the Sith until she decided to die from being sad.
Somebody will correct us if it's wrong anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the internet's for. So
Actually.
please give us the proper phonetic way to say everything. Though I'm just going to say it the way I want to say it for now. Kalidahins generally don't speak. They don't have vocal cords, and so they speak a combination of, they have like very mild telepathy that they can just convey emotions or like the thought that they're thinking, and then the rest of their language is a mixture of sign language and droid binary speak. But Fumfu is a speaker, which speakers are very rarely born for their race, and they are the only ones born with vocal cords. So they call them the speakers because they can speak. But also, a speaker means they literally speak for the race. So in terms of leadership and politics, speakers settle disputes and decide the future of the race because they're kind of, by default, kind of put in charge. But Fumfu has no interest in any of that at all. She's always been fascinated with the galaxy and other cultures and always wanted to explore and see the new worlds. Once she was discovered to being a speaker, that all came to a crashing halt because her family really pushed for Fumfu to assume her place as speaker and lead their people, and potentially maybe sit on the Senate, which is a new thing, which I'll go over in just a few minutes. Fumfu really loves her family. It's a big one for their race, but she didn't want to hurt them or disappoint them because she was unhappy doing what they wanted her to do, because she did not want to be stuck on Khalida for the rest of her life. So one night she stowed aboard a ship, headed to the core worlds, and she knew her family would be sad and hurt by what she did, but she never looked back. And now we got Bernada. Would you say Quicks or Quiz? Quicks. Okay. Bernada is a Zabrak, so Darth Maul for
I'm a Darth Maul.
less seasoned Star Wars people. Bran grew up on Iridonia, which is the actual Zabrak homeworld. I'm not going to go into what we all talked about earlier, but yeah. Darth Maul is not from Iridonia, but that's okay. During her younger years, a really bad plague came upon the continent where her family lived. And it had no known cure, and death was pretty much imminent for anyone who got it. So Bran's parents basically slipped her aboard a freighter headed for Corellia to protect her. And her dad promised that him and her mother would survive. and they would meet her on the next ship because they didn't want to cause suspicion because they weren't paying for a ticket. Bran was 12 when she found herself all alone in the Carillion spaceport. Her parents never arrived. And she tried to find out what she could, but Iridonia had a blockade placed upon it, so no one could get in or out. There's no communication. So what followed next was a whirlwind of years where she traveled from planet to planet, learning what she could and fighting to stay alive so she could arrive back at her home eventually. She sought out any medicine that she could find in order to help eradicate the plague that she still knew was destroying her homeworld. And she didn't always act with the kindest of heart as she did these things. She has a knack for pulling things through at the last second, but she often finds herself at the wrong end of a blaster or punching someone down.
Yes.
Things just kind of happened for her, and in one of her studies of medicine, she discovered that the Force was one of the greatest sources of healing in the galaxy. There are many things that Force users could do that she could do, and this began to change her approach to people, because if she was indeed someone who could use the Force, she wanted to have a lot of making up to deserve it. Yeah. So Bran's just kind of been stumbling around, following the Force to wherever it kind of leads her, and it leads her to Corellia, which ironically was where her new life kind of began. So now I'm going to kind of explain the timeline of where we're at. So we're not in traditional Star Wars narrative here. We're going way back. We are 25,028 years before the Battle of Yavin, which is kind of like the generic Star Wars term. Everything is either before A New Hope, essentially, or after.
BY or AY.
Yeah, literally. So we're in the Old Republic, if you will. Right now it's just the Republic because it's not old yet, because the Republic has only been around for 25 years. So hyperdrives are still very new. That's a lot of what we're going to focus on in this campaign, is the onset of hyperdrive technology as it continues to grow. Not everybody has them. They're still rare and not easy to fix because not everybody knows how to work them. There are Jedi and Sith in this timeline. The Sith are actually a race at this point in history. And there are Dark Jedi, which are just Jedis who have fallen to their own whims, basically. If they wanted to be stronger, they decided to be stronger, but they're not necessarily like outright evil. They're just, I guess
morally misplaced.
Jedi dicks is like the other, they're just gonna like, I'm gonna do
Part
this.
two.
Part two.
Squeakquel.
So the Republic is dedicated to colonization right now. However, with this is coming the need for establishing trade routes. And since the hyperdrive technology is so rare and volatile, there are people who wish to establish these routes, are looking for people to chart this route who are more or less disposable, because it's a dangerous thing to do, because you're essentially trusting this new device to fire you off at light speed and hope you come out the other end still all in one piece. So you guys have recently, as characters, signed on to this job through Corellia. This was 2 weeks ago before we're going to begin. And all I'm going to give you right now is that you signed up for the job. It's going to pay pretty well. You're essentially charting a hyperspace trade route. And that's going to be the premise of the campaign. Where we go from there is really kind of up to you guys as the players. And yeah, so if anybody's got any questions, we can go ahead and get going. Unless you guys got anything you want to add or say.
Nope. I'm ready to go.
All right,
I think
cool.
we're good.
Get it.
Let's roll.
All right,
Literally.
So big explosion.
I already love the Foley work so much.
I'm in.
You guys all immediately hit the ground. You're in a haze. You're confused. Your head's hurt. Your eyes are blurry, and you just are in a kind of an intense state of both pain and absolute confusion. All right. So you guys have just come out of Carbonite, right? So pre-hyperdrive days, there were what were called sleeper ships, and they're basically, if they were going to travel from one end of the galaxy or really anywhere that was going to take any significant amount of time, it could take months to travel to a certain place. So instead of waiting months and literally aging, they would freeze them. They would set the course, freeze themselves in carbonite, and then wake up right before they were going to land. So something's gone very wrong because you guys have hit the ground. The ship is all rocky and explodey right now. There's a fight. You can see smoke. And yeah, so it's the alarms are going, blaring. So begin roleplay.
Do we like fall out of carbonite, or are we like?
Yeah, you fall out. You guys are your first thing that's happening is like the floor.
Okay.
You're on the floor.
I'm gonna reach around. No, like how hazy are my eyes? Like, can I see anything?
For you can't see anything.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll use my hands.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach around.
Okay.
Do I feel anything?
I mean, you kind of feel like the cold metal of the ground of the floor of the ship, but you can definitely tell that in a certain direction is a source of heat. But you have an extreme pain across your face.
Across my face.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna feel my face.
Okay. Let's go ahead and you can't really perceive anything because you got no. So you're feeling your face. So this is Bes'trouf. You feel your face. You feel a pretty massive wound across the bridge of your nose and where your eyes used to be.
Ew.
I would like to immediately tear off some clothing that I'm wearing.
Okay.
And put it across the wound to stop the bleeding.
Okay. For that, let's just to get a roll going in the thing. Do a medicine check for me, and we'll say it is average. So that's 2 purples.
We have a success, a advantage, and 3 threats.
Okay. So I would say you succeeded in that regard. So you just didn't do anything else amazing.
Okay.
For those at home, you can go to the Fantasy Flight Games website to figure out the dice that we're using. The Star Wars RPG uses its own unique dice. So if you hear terms that you're not familiar with in dice games, that's what we're talking about. So yeah. So I would say you probably just rip off a corner of your sleeve and you kind of bound it around your face, your eyes, where they used to be.
So that's where the pain is on the eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'd like to check myself as well. That sounds like a good plan.
Okay. I'm going to get you to roll perception because you got eyeballs.
Yeah. I do.
We'll do average.
I'm not there.
What we got?
It looks like a break even. I've got a threat and a success at the end there.
Okay, but no failure?
No failure.
I can't see it, so... Oh, you do have a failure.
I have a failure, a
okay,
threat,
got it. Okay,
a success,
Okay,
a
yeah, so-
advantage,
Yeah, I got
success.
you. You were
So,
canceling out. Thank you.
Trying to make the math easy on you there, Greg.
No, I understand. Thank you. So, yeah, you managed to check over your body, and you could see that you are mostly intact. You're just in a haze. You're disoriented pretty bad.
So E is very, very confused at this point.
Yes. You're not sure where you are. Last thing you remember is a couple weeks ago, you were walking into a building, and now you're here on the ground in a ship. That's alarms are blaring and there's smoke.
Am I, being that I'm relatively healthy, just super confused and unable to?
Yeah, I
get
mean,
my bearings?
you're on your knees.
I'm
Probably
on my
pretty
knees?
much. Yeah,
Okay.
you're on the ground. I dropped my pencil.
All right, everybody, wait. Hold.
You can go ahead.
Go.
Please.
Awkward side. Hey.
It's positive. It's positive.
Fantastic.
All right, so I am going to, I guess, stand up
Okay.
and very scared.
Yeah.
It was like the first time being away from home, and I don't know what's happening. I guess I'll just do a perception.
Okay. Yeah. No, it'll be average as well. So you're perceiving what's going around you, right?
Yeah,
All
I need
right.
1 yellow.
Yep.
And don't mind the blind guy on the ground.
A yellow.
You get yellow for perception.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then it was average, you said?
Yeah.
You're rolling this
Yep.
too.
Getting Dylan off to help you. I can't see it.
These two cancel. This one's a success. This one's a success and a advantage, and that's 2 threats. So she comes out with 2 threats, an advantage, and 2 successes.
Okay. That's not necessarily like the threat's probably more into play in battle. So like in this kind of stuff, it's like it's easier. So it's not that big a deal.
All right.
But what you see, is that the you look around, or not Fumfu.
Fumfu.
You see that the ship is on alert. Like whatever is like, there are lights blaring. There's a horn, just kind of going. The ship is rocking ever so slightly, and you can see that the ship consoles in front of you are not far away from like the piloting chairs. You can see that the consoles are sparking and that the screens are all like scrambled. And go
I
ahead.
will go to that.
You're gonna go to the screens.
Touch it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you wanting to do? You're just gonna
I don't know. Try to
clicky
make
clacky
it.
away.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's gonna be a hard computers check.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 3 of the purples.
What do I roll for that?
Computers.
Computers. Yeah.
3 green.
She's got 2 successes from the look of things.
Okay, cool. So you start clicky clacking away. Tell me what you're doing. Like, what do you?
I'm trying to stabilize the ship
Okay.
and I guess land it or see where we are.
Okay. So the consoles stop sparking and the screens they do stabilize, and then there are these windows. Think of like metallic blinds kind of open, and you could see that you're in space, sort of, because you're very quickly coming dead onto a planet. All right. But what you can read from the ships, from the data entries that are in front of you, is that 3 of your 4 engines are damaged.
Okay.
There are no ships nearby. Your course has been thrown off, and you are crashing is your only reality at this point. Also, all the pods have been released. The carbonite things. All 5 of them are empty.
So being that she's close to the cockpit, am I close to the cockpit as well?
Yeah, you all are essentially across the room from it.
So now that we can see things, I'd like Steve to jump up, to jump up and sprint over to the pilot seat and try and straighten things out here.
Okay. Yep. So you're just gonna immediately take the wheel, essentially.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a. Let's see.
I'm talking space piloting here.
Yeah, this is gonna be space piloting. It'll be hard because.
fine.
Go ahead. Yep.
How many of the
Oh,
hard
purple.
ones?
Hard is purple. So
Yeah,
3.
how many of the hard?
3.
Just 3?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Sorry.
No worries. I've got 2 successes, 4 advantages, and 1 threat.
Okay. So you got it. All right.
Yeah.
So you managed to grab the grab control of the piloting sticks pretty easily, right? The ship is it's kind of rolling like side to side a bit. You managed to stabilize it a bit. The problem is because of the downed the downed engines is you cannot alter your current course, which is planet.
Okay.
But you have managed to stop it being, real bad. You are in control of what you can control right now. You also see like the screens are just constantly telling you like there's engine fire. The engines are down, but there's also fire within the ship itself. And then again, like the indicator is letting you know that the pods you guys just came out of, the kind of carbonite pods, those have been released. All 5 are empty.
Okay, I'm finally gonna jump up.
Okay.
I'm gonna instantly do because very like no idea what's going on, no idea who these people are.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll survival.
Okay.
So that is
I would say it's probably going to be average because there's not really.
yeah, but
You're just trying to figure out
given
what
who my person is, she's probably instantly going into fight or flight mode. So.
I got you. Yep.
Those are the bad ones, right?
Those are threats.
Yeah.
All right, so I got 3 of those,
Okay.
and then I got
So you got a success, which is the key there. So as long as you don't get any of basically the triangles, which are failures. So I would say you're on edge. You're heightened. It's like it's you essentially came up out of a sleep that you didn't even know you were asleep in, because if I neglected to mention, you guys are all kind of like memory is a difficult thing right now. Like you're having a hard time remembering why you're here and where you came from. Like you're just all of a sudden you're here. You were planet side what seemed like a second ago, and now you are here, right? And so you're on edge. Bran's on edge, and so she's kind of whirring around, taking stock of everything. You already see, you can see a gank has taken the wheel. There is something you've never seen before standing by the computers. There's a dude with his face is covered in blood. He's got horns, but not like you because. Iktashis have like weird, downward devil horns.
Yeah.
It's kind of like mutton chops, but horns.
Mutton horns.
Mutton horns or whatever. So you see that dude, he's bandaging his face, which is covered in I don't know, we'll just say your blood's purple.
Gnarly.
But then, so you're just kind of taking stock of everything or whatever. But you also look to your right, and up against the wall is another body that's not moving.
I'm gonna go check that out immediately. Yeah, I'm gonna go investigate that. So what would I roll for that?
I would say just because he's right there, he's not really obscured. You don't really need to necessarily roll anything because if it was pre them gaining control and the lights back on, essentially, that you need something.
Yeah.
So you can just tell that what you see is a Duros. Duros are these blue aliens with kind of a weird squishy head. You can Google it later, but he's
die.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. He's got a blue window and his house is so blue.
Yeah.
Dabadi.
So he's on the ground, back against the wall.
Okay.
There's a hole in his chest, and there's a blaster on the ground near his hand.
I am going to grab that blaster.
You're going to grab that blaster?
Yes.
Okay. So right now, just make a note that you have a light blaster pistol. And it's pretty obvious that he has expired from this world.
Okay.
And you could tell that he is not far away from his pod, which was probably to the right of yours.
Okay.
But he is dead, but it looks like he's been dead. This is what you can give me. Roll a perception here, and we'll see
Okay.
if you get this.
It's cunning.
Oh, there it is. Cunning. Yeah.
Yeah.
One yellow, one green. How many of these?
2.
All right.
You broke even.
Okay, so sure, we'll for pacing, we'll say
continues to be dead.
he is still very dead, but you're able to tell that he has been dead for at least 10 days.
Okay.
So he's already started to kind of
Stink.
a bit. And if there wasn't the smell of fire and smoke and oil and
pretty nasty.
whatever, you would get a whiff of some funk. All right, so you found a body. Anybody else?
So we're careening towards this planet.
You are
I
careening towards the
am
planet.
trying my best here to keep us from careening straight into this planet.
Is this in character over the intercom?
It's no.
Okay.
No.
It sounded very pilot-esque.
He's just,
Careening towards
Ladies and
this
gentlemen, please fasten your seatbelts. We're going to be entering the atmosphere here shortly.
You should not have chosen Spirit Airlines.
So at this point, Steve's probably real concerned about what we can do to mitigate just completely bursting into flame and
Yeah.
crashing directly into the planet.
yeah.
So I'd like to try and sort out what else we can do here.
Okay. I can't really feed you lines, so
Has anybody said anything locally?
Hey guys, I found a dead guy over here.
What? Wait.
Okay.
What? Wait. Who are you?
My name is Bran. I don't know who you guys are, but obviously the situation is not ideal for any of us. So does anyone know how to fly? Well,
I'm doing all right here, sitting in the pilot seat. We're doing okay, but things are bad. We should probably try and sort this out, guys.
Who is that?
That's to E.
Steve.
We did meet
wait.
probably. I
How
don't
many
know.
of us
You
are
look
on
goofy.
here? How many of us are on here?
counting the dead guy, 4?
5.
5?
Count
I'll raise
yourself.
my
Don't
hand.
forget to count yourself.
It's this weird thing. I can't see. I can't see anything.
You're looking pretty rough over there, bud.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not going well. Where are we going? What's happening?
Did any of you guys kill this guy?
No, I sort of woke up and noticed we were going straight for
Okay,
this
you
planet.
beady eyes. Did you kill the guy?
I've never killed anybody.
Never killed anybody.
No.
Congratulations.
I was-
Are you any good at not keeping people from dying? You should probably take care of this bleedy guy over here. We'll sort out the spaceship
But
thing.
no, but one of the generators needs to be fixed.
Anybody know how to fix a generator?
I'm.
Did you say
probably need an extra set of hands more
So
than
the engines are
Oh,
broken.
engine. I mean, engine.
Generator. Yes.
We probably can't do a whole lot about that here, being that this is probably pretty far away. We
All right,
could
less
definitely use
talking,
this
more
extra
flying.
set of
Can you
hands.
figure this out or not?
I'm gonna keep trying, but it's not going well for me here.
Can you level it out? Can we not crash? Like, can you?
Yeah.
Can you glide it down?
Let me see what I can do to do that.
Well, right as you guys are planning all that, is when the ship does actually enter the atmosphere. So there's kind of like a shudder through the ship.
Okay.
So behind all of you guys right now, it's much closer for you, Bes'trouf. But I was almost
You
said
can call me bestie.
okay.
You got it, Betsy.
Betsy. From behind the pods, like the shutter kind of like does something to the wiring behind it, and then there's an explosion from behind the pods. So what I'm gonna need everybody to do is to make a and we can do it one at a time or whatever, is to make a let's do a hard athletics check. Trey, because you are currently blinded, you have to add +2 purples to anything you do right now.
Oof.
So that's going to be 5 purples for you, my dog.
Damn, man. Okay.
So if you want to go ahead first, because you're at like ground zero.
You're going to have to roll a purple one for me.
Okay.
I've got an advantage and a success.
Okay.
You've got a threat over here, but that's it.
Are you going to roll those other 4 purples?
I don't want to. Ooh, it's not looking great. I've got 4 failures.
Okay, so that definitely overtakes
Yeah.
your.
Yep. It's not going well.
So all right, we'll get to you in a second. So your fail. All right, next.
How many purples?
It's gonna be 3.
Fantastic. All right.
You've got 3 threats there. That's what you come out to.
I do have 3 threats, but then I
Okay.
have what is that?
2 successes
2
and 2
successes
failures.
and 2 failures.
Okay, so kind of all right. So you're kind of neutral. So
Yeah.
you didn't necessarily take more damage, but you didn't not avoid it. So
You want to trade?
I have a lot of athletics.
I'm pretty working out.
he's a speedy boy.
So I've got 3 successes, 2 threats, and an advantage.
Okay, cool. So you succeeded. Okay, then you got to do 3 purples.
The green ones too.
Well, I get a yellow and a green.
Looks like a success to me. It's 2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, as long as it outweighs the failures.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay, so Trey, you're being like, wait, you're whatever the last thing you said gets immediately cut off by the shutter of the ship hitting the atmosphere, and then you all kind of like try to be like, whoa, like gain your balance a little bit, and then the explosion happens from behind the pods. You guys just kind of hear like concerned yelp as Bes'trouf is kind of just overtaken by the kind of explosion that happens there. So Bes'trouf is going to take 6 damage. But remember, you apply your soak, and then there's no defense here because it's not melee or range, so whatever your soak is.
4 damage.
Okay, so you take 4 damage in total. So Bran, you didn't get away, but like it catches you off guard too because you're knelt probably by the Duros' body. So you do try to kind of roll out of the way, but it's aided by the explosion a bit. So you are only going to take 3 damage. Which,
It's nothing if my soak is 3, right?
yeah, exactly. So really, like you kind of you feel the concussive force, but you're not hurt by it.
Cool.
Steve, you manage to kind of like duck your head as like shrapnel comes flying past you and hits like the front windshield kind of thing, but it doesn't hit you. And you succeeded too, right?
Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
did.
So yeah, same kind of thing. I would say you're probably a bit more. He kind of does it like abruptly, like you do it a little bit more gracefully. You kind of
I'm
almost
cute.
like, yeah, because you're cute. You just kind of twirl and sparkle like away as shrapnel kind of like, there's a
Sailor
moment of
Moon
like
transforms.
everything is like, it's like you swirl around and dingle, dingle, dingle sparkles and then like things just whooshing. Meanwhile, Bes'trouf is like
Getting
in
shredded.
the explosion and being exploded. There's a door out of the room that you guys are currently in, so like in the cockpit area, right? That door kind of pops open a little bit, and you guys see a whole bunch of smoke come pouring into the cockpit area from that explosion. So Bes'trouf, you're like, you're not dead, obviously, but you're blind, and an explosion happened behind you, which weren't in no way could prepare for. So like
I imagine I got thrown like against a wall or something.
Yeah, like you're pretty close to this door essentially. So like whatever your senses are right now, like your ears are probably ringing, and your sense of smell is heightened. So all you can smell is smoke. And yeah, so
I would like to go over and assist him.
they pick him up.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of small.
What do you want to do?
Can I?
You got any sort of healing kind of stuff?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
But
you could
not do.
Thank you for coming, everyone. Fumfu can heal. Good night.
Yeah.
You want to do a medicine check on him?
I will.
Okay. Are you just gonna run to him, or are you gonna say anything, or like you guys can speak to each other?
I'll run over and just say that you look really terrible.
Nice to meet you.
And
fantastic bedside
I've
manner there.
never, in my entire being, I've never seen anything like you, and you're scaring me, but maybe you need help. So,
Is that all said out loud? Is that like
Yes.
the word vomit of Fumfu?
and my name is Fumfu.
Fumfu?
Yes.
Fumfu.
Yes,
I can't.
Yes, Fumfu.
Fumfu.
My name is Fumfu.
I'm not doing so great here. I can't see anything. But I can smell some smoke. What's happening? It's coming from this direction.
I don't have a nose.
She's not wrong.
Can you? Well, can you see what's happening over there through this? I think it's over here. There's like a door. I think I can feel.
Yeah, in your condition, it might just be best to not worry about that right now. I'm gonna help you feel better.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna do?
Medicine check.
Okay. So Trey, at your wounds right now, are you above your halfway point right now?
Yes.
Okay, so Em, you actually only roll one purple. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to help like from his explosion damage or his face?
Because I have a bandage across my face.
Fix his face so I don't have to look at that.
I guess
Part
the
of
explosion damage.
Okay.
That way he can get up and walk around.
Okay, yeah. So that's just one purple that you roll.
Okay.
All right. The successes will say how much wounds he gets back.
3 successes.
Okay, cool. So you get 3 wounds back.
Nice.
All right. So what do you do
Hey.
RP wise to heal him?
I don't know. Do you have like a broken leg I can snap back or something?
Probably not a broken leg.
I
but-
would say maybe like some shrapnel
Some
snaking in my
Band-Aids?
side or something.
I'll pull out that stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Put some stickies on it.
Some gauze.
Some ointment.
Yeah.
Space ointment.
Spointment.
Oh, I don't like that word
If
that
I
you
can get a
just made up.
companion, I am naming him Spointman. It's happening.
Okay, while she's fixing that guy up, Bran is going to run over to the gank
Yep.
and assess what is going on over there and see if there's anything that I can do to prevent this situation from getting even worse than it already is.
Okay. So you can see now that you're there, you see that all the screens and everything are stabilized. Everything is basically, telling you like the ship is done for. You're gonna crash. Like the altitude thing is spinning, going wild. You guys have already entered the atmosphere, so you're already at the kind of heat up part, So that has started to clear away, and you can see that the planet you're gonna land on is at least, at least looks nice. There's water. And
Yeah,
there's
is there water,
green
trees? Like,
grass.
what are we beelining for?
You're beelining pretty close to a mountain, but also
good.
pretty close to a swamp.
Oh.
Neither of those sound great.
I don't know, man. You land on the backside of that mountain. It's all downhill. It's fine, right?
Yeah, you got this?
yeah, sure. I can.
Swamps
roll
are,
again.
squishy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have ships sinking them. And little green guys.
You
and
never
Get them out.
to.
They
Yeah,
like
exactly.
those odds.
You never see them again.
Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, I think Bran is going to talk to this person who she doesn't really care to get much information on at this point.
But doesn't Steve have some sort of indicator of who he is?
So D tends to try and brand himself pretty good.
Okay.
Being that he is
His brand.
He is trying to make a name for himself.
Okay.
So on his armor, he tends to have his name plastered all over it. So,
Okay, so-
shoulder pads, chest piece, ass, literally everywhere.
Yeah.
You can see
Juicy.
So I was about to say,
E the fifth, and it's going to be S''TEE-V.
okay, so immediately Bran yells out, Steve.
My name's not Steve.
Steve, I really don't care. Is there any way you can aim this towards the Knot Mountain area?
Have you ever flown an exploding ship before?
I absolutely have not, but you're doing
I
a great
have,
job.
So it would be super helpful if you could just fuck off.
Okay, then. Oh my god. Well, I mean, if we don't all at least attempt to work together, I don't know who the hell y'all are, but we need to
That
figure
little
something
faceless
out.
horror stabilized the computers over here, so at least I've got altitude and that sort of shit going on.
Okay.
But
horror.
I'm not super sure that I need your help here. Do you have any experience at all flying a ship?
Not flying a ship, but I did notice that there is a dead guy over there.
Creeping ever closer to the ground.
What?
The ship. Not the guy.
Oh, okay.
Is what they're saying in earshot for me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'll just announce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any escape pods? Anything we can get in to get off of the ship?
So it looks like all five of the, or all of the escape pods are all gone at this point, boys.
Well, no. What I meant by pods is like
The carbonite.
The carbonite like pod things you guys are in. Like think like Lost in Space where they like put you to sleep kind of thing. There are no escape pods on this vessel.
There are no escape
I
pods.
thought you were going to give us some
even
good
better.
clarification there, but there's what?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No.
Thank you, Greg. That's
Sorry.
great.
So no, there are no escape pods there, face boy.
I have,
boy. And boy.
I have an out of character question.
Yes.
What is the difference between planetary piloting and space piloting?
We
Which
literally
one are
had
we,
like a 20-minute
but which one are we
conversation.
in now?
Right now, you're still space because you're flying a spaceship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then my character would like to interject and say this faceless horror has flown a ship before.
By all means, Steve's gonna hop up and get out of the pilot seat.
Is he like holding up his hands like, fuck me, I guess? Like,
Exactly. That is exactly it. That is Steve to a T.
got it.
I guess as I leave you,
I'm leaning against the wall.
I'm gonna just look at you and say, this guy is like really mean. But I'm still gonna try to
Steve's
fly
a bit of an asshole. Yeah.
I'll mutter under my breath. Yeah, he called me face guy.
Face boy.
Faceless and face guy. You fit.
So I'll hop in the cockpit.
All right. Fumfu at the wheel. Okay. Give me a hard piloting check. Because you're the one who's determining whether or not you guys get a happy landing or a bad landing.
Too.
I always prefer a happy landing.
Another happy landing.
We break even.
Okay, so I would say, sorry, you guys are, the ship is, you've flown a ship before, but probably maybe not one that's in this much
In space.
distress or in space. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably. So you're like, this should be the same, and then it immediately is not, and there's a part of Fumfu that's like, oh no. But because you only have eyes, like you just kind of squint them real hard, and no one can really tell that you are
I don't have
scared out of your
eyebrows. Yeah,
mind. You know. So the ship is going to come down, and then at the last second, you kind of throw your entire body weight into the sticks, which make you guys avoid the mountain. So yay, no mountain. However, you are looking right at Swamp City. So you guys come screaming in across the ground. You manage to get, because Steve already stabilized the ship and you got the computers back working, you're able to at least level the ship out to where you're scraping along the bottom.
Okay.
So you guys go for what feels like too long, but you guys skid across the ground, and then there's one final moment where you guys like thud and stop right at the edge of swamp. And so that last like final thing kind of like thrusts you guys all forward. It's not enough to make you guys like brace yourselves, but you already kind of passively did that, kind of like or whatever. It's, you know, you guys feel pretty good. Everything's okay. Like the ship, you kind of hear the ship kind of like almost like breathing, chilling for a minute. And there might even be a moment of like, yay, or whatever. And
I
then
would definitely stand up in the chair and like scream.
like, give it to me. And as soon as you do that, everything powers down. Like, like everything's off. You guys are now in the dark. Sunlight is coming in through the windshield because it's just about dawn, but that's the only source of light right now.
Everything else is already dark.
Question.
Oh.
For blind boy over here. Face boy.
Question, does the vibro sword I have, does that give off any type of ambient light or anything, or is it just a straight up like sword? I figured since it was a space sword, it might.
Yeah,
have.
no, it doesn't give off any light.
Nah,
It literally like vibrates, so that's how it like cuts through things,
Oh,
like
heard.
boom, or whatever. So that's how a
I'm gonna
vibro
leave my sword
works.
where it is.
I mean, yeah.
Thinking like a Frodo orc situation, and then I can be like, whoa, danger.
No, it does not glow blue.
All right.
So you guys are in the dark in the ship that is also still on fire. You can definitely smell fire.
The only light that's coming through is through that big windshield. What about that side door? Was there any light from a fire there? I know there's a whole bunch of smoke pouring in.
From where you can see right now, you can't see, but maybe if you go out there.
I'm gonna go out there.
Okay.
Steve's gonna just sort of go. All right, fine, you landed, and
Good for you.
nice job, faceless horror.
I have my hands just up, like near my face, because I'm ready for high fives. But I don't know if
not
anyone's
happening.
No one gives you any apparently.
Gonna leave you.
Okay, so yeah, this is one of those things where like you don't. I wouldn't say perception is involved because it's just
Right.
kind of like standard. So you manage to poke yourself out in that hallway, and you can see that down one way is like to a door that could obviously lead outside of the ship. The other way leads down to like the engine compartment, which you can still see is like kind of like glowing orange. It's not as like raging as you think it was before. The crash kind of helped like settle a lot of things and sort of vent out any excess flames, but there's definitely still like heat and like light coming from that direction.
I'd like to head towards the door that's not covered in fire.
Not the fire
Please.
door.
I'll make note of his footsteps and just say, where are we? What's happening?
So we're on a crashed spaceship there, Face Boy, and
We're about as blind
Face
as you are
boy?
right now.
Face Boy.
Can you see where we are?
Yeah, can you not?
No, I can't see anything.
Man, that sucks.
What?
So I would like to continue towards that door.
Oh my god, brutal.
I'm loving this relationship already. All right. So the door is a door. It's a space door, and normally space doors require power to open. So
I'm gonna also walk towards his voice, but like keep my hands on the
feeling.
walls.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be behind you.
What are you doing?
I'm going to hang back
Yeah.
for now.
Okay. So you're staying in the cockpit.
Yep.
Okay.
So we can't get out because there's no power. We're going to need to figure out how to sort out power to get this fucking door open.
I'm gonna go back to the computer.
Okay. It's dead. I mean, it's not dead. Okay. It's
Yeah,
off.
it's off.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, we should probably
Thoughts
try and get
and
some
brains.
light in here. Does anyone have something that we can like get this fire on and move over here? Like anything flammable that we could just like make a torch or something?
I'm gonna walk over to the body that's on the ground
Oh, okay.
and see if maybe he's got anything on him.
Okay. Do a perception check. One day you'll know these numbers. One day.
Average? Average, you said?
Yes, average.
She breaks even.
Even? Okay. You don't find anything of note. You just find he's got typical, he's got a wallet and it's got a picture of his Duros family in it. Him without a hole in his chest, so you know that he didn't come that way. And I don't know, maybe he's got like some food,
So our current obstacle is getting power to the door to get out, right?
or just getting
Just
the
being
door
able
open.
to see, yeah.
Okay. Could I, if my senses are heightened without the ability to see, can I do a perception for some sort of like way to route power to it, or like some sort of energy source?
I don't know if you could. Maybe, yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's see what you
Okay.
get. We'll say that it's obviously it would probably be average anyways. So with you, it'll be 4 because of your blindedness. That's the way it is. I told you there was a penalty.
Oh no.
This is what you want.
You got it, Face Boy.
Face boy.
See, it was space face boy.
Space Face Boy.
Space
That's a
face
solid win for me.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool. I would say that you can tell that even though the ship is kind of like powered down, that's more of like a failsafe. because you're feeling around. You can still feel a source of heat in the wall. That's not fire heat. It's kind of like just a regular kind of energy that kind of courses through. And I would say, since your hearing is heightened, you can maybe kind of like put your like the side of your head like to the wall, and you can still hear the hum of electrics going on. So you know that there's something that the panel to get the door open can be worked. Someone's just got to be able to do it. But unfortunately, with the way your eyeballs are, which is the lack of eyeballs to be seen.
So that would somebody need to do mechanics on that?
Yeah, probably. I would say you could either do mechanics or computers, depending on.
I'll announce to the group. Is anybody good with mechanics, computers, anything like that?
Okay, I'm not great.
You might want to come and check this out.
All right, I'm gonna go over there.
Okay, so which one are you gonna try?
Mechanics.
Mechanics. Okay, so mechanics will be a hard mechanics check.
Oh, should have picked computers. Oh man, I like this. I'm doing 4 of these.
Yep.
Right?
No, hard is 3.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, hard is 3. Daunting is 4.
Hey.
No.
No. That one was in the corner. It tricked me.
So you don't? Okay, so I would say you pry open the panel and you just start kind of tinkering away, but you really aren't good at this. So you're just like, you just start doing
average at
things.
best.
You, Bes'trouf, you just hear, like you hear what sounds like, oh, that sounds like somebody mechanicking. And she does, Bran does a bunch of stuff, and then she connects a circuit, and you hear kind of like a surge, and then the panel, what's underneath the panel just sparks, like kind of pops, like poof. And nothing happens.
Can I immediately look over there since when that little spark happened?
Yep.
And I'm gonna just like kind of push you over to the side and just be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" and try to do it myself.
That's fine.
Yeah, but because she's already broke it, it will be daunting.
Oh God.
Because you're gonna have to.
Here to fuck shit up.
You're gonna have to completely reroute this circuit.
I'm doing computers.
Okay. Are you doing computers?
3G.
Okay. Then yeah, it'll be daunting because she already broke it.
Okay.
Great success.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So it takes a little bit more doing Fumfu, and then you're able to bypass the circuit that just got fried out by Bran. You managed to actually route it to a different part of the hallway, so you actually have to go to a different spot and maybe kind of throw Bran like some eyes, like don't touch this.
Yeah, I will. But
I
I'll
stay
do
very close to it because I really want to touch it again.
I will do it telepathically.
Oh,
I
okay.
can do
Okay.
that.
So like I said, remember, it's more of like a feeling or an
Yeah.
emotion. So it's like you get the
feeling of, like-
intense vibe in your head, Bran, that like you need to stay away from that panel.
Immediate
Like-
regret.
I just glare back at her and try to telepathically tell her to fuck off, but it obviously doesn't work.
It's a one-way connection, unfortunately.
Yes, exactly.
So Fumfu, you go to the further down panel, and it actually gives you a readout, and the part of the hallway kind of like lights up a bit. I would say like think of like emergency lights, when there's just like
Okay.
a few. Some lights come back on in the hallway, and then the door kind of beeps and clicks, and then the panel like kind of lights back up from its previous like blacked out status. So it's ready to be opened, but also that panel gives you a readout. How many successes does she have? Is it still in there?
3 successes
Okay.
and 1 failure.
Got it. So the readout also tell you that the ship still has power, but it's damaged. The door is open, so you guys can leave. And also, it also reads out the source of the engine failure to you. The damage happened internally, inside the ship.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna immediately look at Steve and squint my eyes and telepathically ask, "Was it you?"
The fuck was that?
Well, remember, it's less of it's not like phrases. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's emotions or a feeling.
Okay, just kidding.
So like
I'll
you
just
could
say it.
hit him with some suspicion.
So it's a really intense, suspicious look
Yeah.
from this faceless horror over here.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't look at me like that.
Okay, guys, I know I didn't do so hot with the computer thing, but y'all, none of y'all said that you know this other dead guy, right? And none of y'all killed him, right?
There's somebody. Wait, dead?
There's some. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. There's a dead guy. He was just
Could
there.
you not smell it?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, there was a lot of smoke. There's a lot
kinda-
of noises. It was
it's
kind
not
of hard to
great.
make everything out.
but my question is,
Got
if
it.
none of you killed this guy, Who killed the guy? Do we
It
know why
wasn't
this
me.
guy is
I don't
dead?
even know
is
how
there
I got
someone
here.
else here? I really can't remember too much of what's going on exactly, but I do not like the current situation because one of you is either lying or there's someone else here.
Regardless, that door is open. We should leave. I'm gonna leave.
I'm gonna go over to the dead guy and open up his wallet and take out all of his pictures and things.
Stick as well. Okay.
I'll go over to Bran and show you the pictures of him and his name.
Nah, it's still not ringing a bell.
Yeah.
Are there any droids on the ship? Did anybody see any droids?
Not that I can recall.
No.
I'm outside.
Okay, so Steve, push the button, the door opens, a bunch of sunlight streams in. You step out and you smell the typical,
PD swamp.
grossness of a swamp. But you can see that the ship is obviously at the end of a long furrow of earth that you guys created in terms of your crash, and you are 2 feet away from swamp, the ship being nose into the swamp. So it's very close. You just barely eased it out. It's dawn, so the sun is just kind of creeping out over the trees in the distance, and you can see that there's a mountain, and then there's obviously some sort of footpath that's leading up and away out of the woods and away from the swamp.
As everybody's leaving, I'm just going to announce, Fumfu, can you help me? I can't see where I'm going.
Before I leave, I want to look around and I guess look for anything that's mine, like a bag or something, or...
Yeah, I mean,
know.
there are containers that have actually each of y'all's name on it and the Duros' name on it.
Okay, so I will go get my stuff.
Okay, so that's just your
I'm
regular
going to follow
equipment
suit
and
and
stuff.
grab my stuff too and
Okay.
check the Duro stuff to see if there's...
Well, his is locked because each box is kind of locked to your DNA essentially.
Oh,
So
I
it's
grab him. I drag him over there.
I will assist
right.
you.
Okay, so you drag him. He's as you move him, he smells real bad, real worse.
Blech.
And
I'm fine.
I guess maybe in this,
Be very grateful
I
you
would
look
say-
the way that you do right now. Because this shit is awful.
I would say it's probably apparent to both of you, especially Fumfu with your medical training, that this guy didn't die.
He was murdered.
When you got, he didn't die A, of natural causes, and B, he didn't die today. When you guys woke up, he's been dead for many days.
Are there any additional empty sleepy boxes? What are they called?
sleepy boxes?
Pods?
Carbonite things? or
Yes,
whatever?
the carbonite. canisters.
No, there are 5. So there's the 4 of you and the Duros.
Okay.
So
Don't like that.
As I'm helping
intrigue.
her drag him, can I do a medicine check to see what... Is it medicine check to see what happened to him?
What killed him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. We'll say it's easy because he's dead.
Yellow.
Another yellow?
In the meantime, now that I've gotten some fresh air, I'd like to go back and get my shit.
That's right.
You come back in. Okay, you get your stuff. Yeah, 2. Yep. Nothing?
She broke even.
Broke even? Okay.
What's this one?
It's a combat-y kind of thing.
Yeah, that's less important than something like this.
Alright.
But it's pretty obvious. It looks like someone... It's unclear based on your rolls. It's unclear whether or not he did it himself or someone else, but you can tell from the wound that there is some kind of blast back. So it looks like however he was killed, the gun was right up against his chest.
I mean, I found a blaster next to him.
Oh.
Does that mean anything?
Could have been his blaster.
Probably what
Yeah,
killed
was
him.
this self-inflicted, do you think? What's your
think
name,
so.
by the way?
Oh, my name's Fumfu.
Hi, Fumfu.
My name's Fumfu.
You did a pretty
Fum-
sick...
it's Fumfu.
You did a sick job fixing my mess up there. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Okay. Well, let's get this dead guy stuff and get going.
I would like to potentially charm E to help me get my shit from my locker.
Okay.
You're pretty charming as it is. I'll help you.
Okay. Oh, okay. So yeah, if he's
Just
willing,
agree.
Just ask nicely.
yeah.
E, well, can you help me get my stuff? I can't find my way to it.
Yeah, sure, face boy.
Face boy.
You guys are bad at introducing yourselves. But yes. But it's okay. So you guys walk over to the box. So I guess does anything happen?
I
on
can't.
that?
I can't see anything.
All right,
So
all right, face boy, put your hand here.
Facebook. Why do you keep calling me Face Boy?
What the fuck's your name?
It's Bes'trouf.
All right.
Gesundheit.
So that's tough. I'm gonna call you Bestie. So Bestie, just put your hand here.
Aw.
That'll get your box open. You can get your shit.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you do it. You feel it click and it opens, and you have all your
I
equipment.
would like to peek into his box when he opens it.
I bet you would.
When who?
When Bes'trouf opens his box, I would
I love how
like
everyone
to
goes
see.
up with it. Bes'trouf?
Bes'trouf.
I would like to expedite my getting my stuff out of the locker.
I just wanna
before
see
she
what's
sees
in there.
anything.
You can't see it, so you
Can't
don't
just
really.
look
See?
at
know.
So you just see his like regular equipment, like probably his robe, and then whatever, and your it's probably I would say it's collapsible probably, but your force pike is in there. So
Cool.
you have you have a small little gun. You may have noticed that she's got a sword because that came out of her box. And so he has like a collapsible like force pike, which is essentially like an energy spear. So there's that. Which I assume you then immediately start using as like a
Yes,
Okay.
a feeler.
An old
feeler.
man cane.
Yeah. No, not old man came so he can like feel where he's going, so he
Oh,
doesn't
Yeah,
just
okay.
bump
and to
into
like hold
stuff.
myself up too.
Yeah. So
And
you guys.
I'll say, thank you, Sticky.
You're welcome, Bestie.
So you guys use the Duros to open his box.
I would just Metal Gear that hand up there. Just-
open the box. So it pops open, and you see that all he has in there is a credit stick.
Oh, I immediately grabbed that.
It's worth 200 credits. So you
Okay.
might want to write that down somewhere. And then he also has a couple of stim packs. So there's 3 stim packs in there.
I take 2 and give 1 to Fumfu.
Aw.
Friendies.
Thanks, friend.
I noticed this and call her greedy. You greedy.
I could have been more greedy.
You right.
Where do you write that?
In your items, yeah. So stim packs can heal you.
You said we had 3 originally.
Yeah, everyone has 3 to begin with. So just add to that. I just want everyone to be on sort of equal footing with that.
Just wanted to let everyone know that I abbreviated Stimpaks with an X, even though it's only 2 letters longer. I feel like it would save me some time.
Nice. X packs.
X.
X packs. All right, so you guys are all by your little cubbies.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
All right, so you guys step back out of the ship. Like I said for CE earlier, you guys see that it's like, a pretty decent climate outside. It's a nice morning. You guys are pretty close to a stinky swamp. And you're kind of getting your lay of the land when you start hearing something goopy coming from the swamp behind you.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that as the blind guy?
I will also do a perception check.
Hey man, I can hear everything.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I can hear colors.
Hear colors.
Well, hold on. I remember that you're because you're blind. That's a
Yeah.
certain. Hold on. Yeah. So it'll be. So how many? It would be average for a normal person. That's 2. So you actually have to add. We have to add 3 purple, so it's a 5
right.
because it's
You're gonna have to-
perception. Because
you're gonna have to roll one.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm also done.
Okay.
All right, I've got 3 threats, a blank, and then 3 successes.
Okay. Well, you got a failure from over here, so that brings you down to 2. So you got a 2 success. What you got, Em? 0, nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
She's got nothing.
So so Fumfu doesn't see anything, but Bes'trouf, you can hear you kind of stop for a second, and you really lean into the fact that you're dealing with the fact that you don't have eyes anymore. So you open your ears up to the world around you, and you can hear this goopy sloshing noise, and you can see that from the other side of the ship, just on the other side of the nose, 3. You can clearly make them out. 3 creatures are coming out of the swamp fluid.
Are those creatures and are they close enough to where everybody else can see them? Are they unaware at this moment?
They're unaware because they didn't perceive it. So Fumfu looked around but didn't see anything. But you're able to kind of pinpoint the source of the goop noise.
All right, I'll kind of motion everybody to stop and say, guys, I think I hear something. It's coming from over there around the ship.
Okay, so with that knowledge, then you guys can see the shapes. There are these creatures. They're called Jimvuis. And I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not going to apologize for the fact that might be creatures on planets that they don't belong, but that's because there's so many planets and so many creatures that I have appropriated whatever creature I feel like is going to fit. Unless it's like, this creature can only be found on blah, blah, blah. So there are these weird... kind of like, think of like you know the thing that like farts in Jar Jar's mouth in episode 1?
Oh,
No.
God, yes.
No, I don't.
I wish I didn't remember it.
I think I tried
do.
to block that out.
They kind of look like that in terms of the nose. They kind of like floppy, like kind of like a small elephant nose, you know, like
Little anteater. Like
yeah, kind of like an anteater kind of thing. But they have like
Proboscis.
long, spindly limbs, and they just kind of come out of the swampy goop, and they're making this weird like click noise, like or whatever.
I'd like to produce my slug thrower rifle and take aim.
Okay. So that's fine. Do you want to take aim and fire? Or you just want to take aim?
No, just take aim.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
I guess seeing him pull out a gun, I'm like super scared
Okay.
because I've never had to fight anything before. So I will also just take out my little blaster pistol.
Okay.
I'll
Hold it there.
I'll get my force pike ready into a defensive stance.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to
Right.
grab my sword out.
Okay. So with that, we'll go into initiative. So you guys didn't know they were there initially, but instead of them just kind of dropping on you because you managed to get a sight before, this will be a cool check. So what you'll do is you'll just roll cool, and that will determine what turn order you go into. So just let me know your successes, essentially.
I just need one more.
Just wait your turn.
How many purples?
You don't roll any purples.
I got a blank.
Okay, so you're at 0.
I essentially...
What?
Go
Please.
ahead,
I got two
successes?
two things.
to advantage.
Okay. 2 advantages?
Yeah, she got advantages.
All right, we need successes.
Okay.
Nothing?
I got nothing. She got nothing.
Okay.
I got to do 2.
So we got a bunch of zeros going on right now. Wow.
We got nothing.
Zero the whole team? Christ. Give me 2 for the cool of the Jimvuis. Okay, well, they're definitely going first.
Sweet.
Oh,
And then we'll go... How many successes did you have, Dylan?
I didn't have any successes.
Okay. So then we'll go... It'll be the Jimvuis. It'll be Fumfu.
I had an advantage, but I didn't have any successes.
Oh, how many? I'm sorry. How many advantages? Did you
I had 1. I believe Fumfu had 2.
Okay, it'll be Fumfu, and then it'll be Bran because she also had 2. How many did you have?
I had a blank.
You had a blank. Okay. So then,
Just like your eyes.
Yep.
Too soon.
Then,
Rough.
then it'll be Steve, and then it will be Bees.
God damn it.
I wrote Bistro, but that's enough for me. I'll know who I'm talking about. Sorry. We're playing Kingdom Hearts 3 with Ratatouille, and you go to his bistro.
That's
so.
okay. I understand.
Bes'trouf. All right, so the Jimvuis are going to attack you guys first, so give me 2 purples, please. All right. So they're going to move as a group. They're going to step over the nose of the ship. Remember, they have their like spindly arms and they're clicking, and they don't seem necessarily menacing, other than the fact that one of them is immediately like trying to pry off part of the nose cone of the ship. Right? Like, so it immediately starts working. So one of them is working on that. The other 2 are coming towards you guys, and the one is going to take a swipe at Bran.
Oh, fantastic.
So we're going to see what we get right here. So he's going to hit you, and he's going to hit you for 3.
Okay. That doesn't do shit.
Okay, so he kind of smacks you across the chest, I guess, with his spindly arm. And you just hear like like whatever kind of thing. That come across well.
That was good.
That's really good.
It's fantastic.
And so it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really phase you at all.
Right.
The other one is going to actually get all up in Fumfu's business and use its maneuver to close in. And it's going to be in engaged range. So that means it's right in front of your face right
Yeah.
now. And it is going to actually ram its head into you.
Oh gosh.
So actually, since it's engaged, it actually doesn't get one. All right, so he misses you. So he manages. He starts to headbutt, and he kind of goes right past your shoulder.
I'm
and misses,
tiny.
and so like you just hear in your ear just like he's even like the clicking version of like, what the fuck? And yeah, the other one is working on prying off part of the nose cone, the whole plating of your ship. So now we go to Fumfu. You have a dude literally right in front of you.
In my face. I am going to shoot him with my blaster pistol.
Okay, so because he's in engaged range, so there's no penalty if you shoot short range or longer. It's just difficulty-wise or whatever. If someone's in your face and you fire a gun, it's harder because like you don't have as much room to move or maneuver, right? So it's going to be 3. It's going to be 2 purple for this this attack.
Breaks even.
So nothing. Okay, so you fire and you miss. So much like he missed his headbutt on you, you just kind of fire, kind of goes underneath his like armpit or whatever, and blaster goes off, and he's just like,
Which translates to too bad.
and then we'll go to Bran.
Yay.
So your
I got my sword out.
Yeah, so your Jimvu is in short range because he actually kind of stood back and oh god, I actually swung that pencil.
I feel physically threatened by this click.
I'm sorry. He took a swipe at you with his longer arm or whatever. So he is in short range to you. So if you are going to attack him with a sword,
use a maneuver to get closer.
Yes, use a maneuver to get.
So I'm gonna move closer to this ugly thing, and I'm going to stab at it with my sword.
Okay. So in melee range or engage range is always 2 purples no matter what.
Okay. And I need 2 greens to...
There's 2 greens right here. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
You failed.
I did.
So you...
I've done nothing good so far.
She didn't roll the yellow, so the yellow was just there.
Oh.
Yeah. So you actually fail. So in this regard, in failing, you swing at it, and it manages to be like, it's kind of just like weird and like spindly. Gooey. So it just kind of like spindles out of the way, and your sword hits the swamp goop, and is about halfway like buried in it.
Okay.
You still have your hands on it.
Right.
But what's going to happen is you're going to have to...
It's going to take me a maneuver to get it out.
Yeah, it's going to take you... It's going to take an action to get it out.
Oh, even better.
Yes. And now we'll go to Steve. Ste. I'm sorry.
Ste. Steve's gonna being these guys slug thrower out. How far away are these boys?
The one that's on the cone is on medium range on the actual ship. It's short range on the 2 that are on the girls.
All right, so I'm gonna just fire at the one that's trying to kill our faceless buddy here.
Okay.
This faceless horror.
Faceless
on the
horror.
end here.
Faceless horror. Okay.
Is that 2
So
purple?
yeah, it'll be 2 because it's short. As I confirm, but yes.
So I got 2 successes, 3 successes, and a triumph, and what was that? 3 of the not failure ones. Here,
Okay,
just
so you
take them.
triumphed.
The threats.
Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. That's our first triumph of the game. So you got to think of the triumphs as like that whole moment where Luke like takes a deep breath and you hear the do 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 do, and where like something just happens like amazingly or whatever. So this is where you get your choice. You get your choice of you can immediately crit on it. You can decide to give the next person an easier roll, or give the enemies a harder roll, or you can give the next player in the turn order, which will be Bes'trouf, or Bistro, Bestie, a boost die, or you can do something vital in this context.
He's gonna need some help.
I know. I'm gonna help out my bestie on this one.
Okay.
My new bestie.
So are you gonna downgrade his check, or are you gonna give him a boost?
I would like to give him. I would like to downgrade the check. It seems
Okay.
like he's got a tough enough time.
Okay. Yeah.
Being that he's blind.
Got it. All right. So that'll be on. So you deal damage too. So how many? Did you have any failures at all?
I had 0 failures.
Okay. So how many successes, including the triumph, are there in total?
4 if you count the trial.
Okay. So look at your damage. So how much damage do you do normally?
7.
7. Okay. So we add that 4 to it.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Nice, that's strong.
So you did 11 damage, right?
Yeah.
So they have a soak of 4.
Uh-huh.
So you were looking at you did 6 damage to them. No, wait, 7
damage.
7 damage.
Yeah.
7 damage. All right, cool. So you shoot it. It's not dead, but it's definitely not happy with you.
Good.
I can confirm anger in the Jinvu. All right. So that's the end. You still have a maneuver if you want to maneuver if you want to move at all.
I would like to move a little bit further away from the other two gym boys that are nearby.
Okay, yeah. So you basically like roll backward.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you roll backward, and so now they are at medium range to you.
Perfect.
You're at long range of the one that's on the ship. All right. So now we're to Bes'trouf.
All right, I'm going to use the audio cue of him hitting whichever one he was targeting, and I'm going to go towards it. So that would be the maneuver, right?
Yes. Okay. So that would move you now into if you would have been in medium range. So that will get you into short, but the pike has reach, so you can hit from short. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to do that.
Okay. So because he triumphed, and the sound kind of helped, like, mechanically, he's giving you a downgraded check. The sound is kind of, you heard it kind of screech, or not screech. It kind of clacked or in pain. I guess I don't know what. Or whatever. I don't know what that would sound like, but so you're using that as like a guiding post to where you just want to like drive the pike straight in. So I'm going to say you're just going to have the normal melee modifier, not the being blind modifier in this instance. So it'll just be 2 purple for your attack.
All right.
You can do it, Bestie.
I've got 1 success, no failures.
Okay. So how much damage does the pike do on its own?
3.
3? Okay.
With 2 crit. I don't know if that.
Do you have 2 advantages? That are not canceled? You do?
I have 1 canceled, so I have 1 left.
Okay. So yeah, you cannot crit.
Okay.
So you do 5 damage in total because it goes on top, right?
Yep.
So okay. So you manage to just drive it straight into, like, you don't know. You don't know at the time, but you manage to drive it straight into, like, it has this weird, like, mucusy body that you managed to hit. It screeches out and kind of pulls away from you and kind of goes off of the cone of the ship on the other side, separate from you guys. It's still not dead, but it is not sounding good. So then we round back up to the Jinvus. So we're going to, I'll just do it on paper. I'm good. Thank you. So the one's going to now that you're closer, Bran,
I figured that would be
he's
fun
going
for me.
to he is going to attempt to headbutt you.
Okay.
Much like it did, or the other one tried to do, Fumfu. He fails, so he kind of overextends himself a bit. So his head is now kind of just past you, so you can just see nothing but
neck.
Yeah, gooey neck right there. So that penalty will be that he will have less soak when you attack him next, so he's kind of exposed.
Okay.
The other one is going to jump back from Fumfu to get itself into short range, and it is going to send. They have 4 limbs in total, right? So like long, spindly arms and legs.
I thought the one by Fumfu ran away to the other side of the nose cone.
No. That was the one
that I stabbed.
Yeah, the one
I shot the one that was by Fumfu.
You shot the one on the nose cone. That's what you said.
So I shot the one by the faceless horror.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry.
Dang it. Retconning our own battle. Okay,
Sorry,
so all right, that's fine. So all right. So we'll just say it staggers back from his force spiking. So the one that's on the nose cone is still there.
Yeah.
That's cool. That actually works out for me. So it's backwards already. So I would say it's now at medium range from or is that long range from Fumfu and medium range from the 2 of you now. So it is going to move in at the source of its most current pain, which is Bes'trouf. Bes'trouf. Dang it. Bes'trouf. Bes'trouf, and it is going to kind of like Rayman, like double punch you with its arms, its forearms. You knew exactly what I meant when I said
a word. I do.
And he also overextends himself by failing. So he kind of he manages to miss you even though you're blind.
We'll use my very precise ability to hear and sidestep it.
Yeah, exactly. And so the arms are kind of they're spent right now, so it can't use it to defend itself. So it will also have less soak on the next attack on him.
Nice.
The one that's on the ship is going to successfully pry off a plating of the ship and hold it in front of itself, clicking with delight. Do you want me?
Oh,
yes.
He's like,
I would like to hear delighted clicks. Nice.
Much excitement.
Clicks gooey.
So it now has a plating of the ship in front of itself, almost like a shield, if you will, with just its like little doofy small elephant nose head like sticking out. And then we'll go to Fumfu.
Okay, so how close is the
The-
one that tried to hit me?
The one that tried to hit you is now at medium range to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot it again.
Okay.
Or attempt to.
So that range difficulty. Sorry, I have to relook it up. Medium is 2.
She's got 1 success total.
Okay, so what's your damage on the gun?
6.
6? Okay. So that does 7 in total. So tell me what happens when you shoot it.
In its face.
So this is the one where its arms are now down, like on the ground, like just on either side of Bes'trouf, and you just happen to opportunely, kind of like maybe like almost step around him, or like he's in front of you, right? So you just kind of like lean one way and just like fire off a crack shot, and you hear like a distressed click, like just one right before it gets hit in the head, and there's just like there's obviously blaster impact noise or whatever, and it just slumps like right where it's at, and like it doesn't melt because like they're gooey because of the swamp, but like they have like pliable bodies and stuff, so it just kind of slumps in a burnt, soupy, goopy mess with no clicks, and the other two kind of click in sadness. Just
So is it dead?
that one is dead.
Oh,
Yes.
sick.
I'm like visibly upset and also like happy because this is the first thing I've ever killed.
It's the first thing you've ever killed, but it was the first thing. You've ever killed.
Internal
Steve
conflict.
shouts, nice kill.
I'm just gonna like look at my hands like, oh god,
What have these hands done?
Like in Save It Private Ryan.
I'm shaking.
Save It Private Fum. All right, it's Bran's turn.
Okay, so my sword is stuck in the mucky muck, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I have that blaster that I picked up off a Deadman.
Yep.
And if I recall correctly, this nasty boy's neck is like right by mine. So
Yep.
I'm going to grab my blaster
Okay, that's your maneuver.
and I'm going to try to shoot through its neck since it's
Okay.
all stretched out.
Nice.
So because it's in engage range with you right now, it will be a higher difficulty roll. But if you deal the damage, you're going to do way more damage than you normally would.
All right.
So-
I'll try it.
High risk, high reward. So it will be, it'll be an additional. So it would normally only be 2. It's going to be 3 per.
This does not bode well.
Remember, this game's all about percent.
Oh, wait, so I'm using gunnery, right?
No, you're
Or
using
ranged.
ranged.
Ranged heavy?
Range. Well, you have
it's
a
the
blaster.
same.
It's light, yeah.
It's the same either
So
way. Please.
I see 2 failures, so I'm worried.
You fail.
Okay.
Of course I did.
So, so you try to fire, but it is point blank, and like your sword is like stuck in the ground, and or stuck in the swamp. So you're trying to maintain a hole on it because you don't want it to sink.
Yeah,
so you,
absolutely.
with your free hand, try to shoot at this thing's neck, and you just fire off into nothing. The penalty for this failure is that as this thing pulls its head back, it's going to push off of you, like use its hand to like steady itself, which pushes you 1 foot knee deep into the swamp.
Okay.
So now you are stuck until you spend an action to remove both yourself and then another action to remove your sword.
Yes.
Isn't it great?
I love this game.
All right. E.
So E is going to try and shoot the Jimbo near
Bran.
Bran.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Near
Raise
Bran.
them.
So that's a medium. So that's only going to be 2 for you.
That's going to be 1 success and 3 advantages.
Okay.
Nice.
So what's your crit on the...
It's 5, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Ouch. On the luck there, yeah. So you can spend those advantages. You definitely hit, obviously. So you could give the next person in the turn thing, again, Bes'trouf, a boost die. You can give him... You can give a boost die. You could spend 2 of them to give... So you could basically give 1 to him, and then you could spend the other 2 to give anyone else a boost die, or him another 2 boost die. Essentially giving him 3 boost die. Or you could give the enemy setback die. What would you like?
I'd like to give
Bran.
Bran a boost die because it seems
Not
like
what I needed.
she seems like she's struggling.
It's been a really long day, guys.
Okay. So you still have 2 left. So you could give. So, well, to do that, that's spending 2 because she's not next. So you have 1 left, so you can give 1 to trade.
I'll give
Bes'trouf.
Bestie.
Bestie.
I'll give my bestie a boost die as well.
Okay.
And then damage dealt would be 7.
Okay. And you're shooting at the one in front of her, right?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. So
The one in front of Bran's the one without the shield plate, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So because it's no longer exposed, it still has its regular soak. So you did 4 damage. All right, and then we move to Bestie.
Pretty much same scenario. Going to use the sound cue and go towards that
Okay.
one as well. And
So you didn't triumph this time, so I'm not going to say that you get a. You're not going to get. You have the boost die, but you don't have the. You're going to have all the blind, the being blind boy.
Which was what, 5?
So yeah, it'll be no. If you're engaged, it'll be 4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
So is a boost die just an additional green?
No, boost die is the blue.
Oh,
So you add that to your roll.
got it. Okay.
So many dice.
We've got 4 threats, 3 advantages, 4 advantages, and 1 success.
Okay. No failures.
No failures.
Okay. What's your crit on the pike?
2.
Okay. So you can spend 2 of your 4 advantages to crit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you
Gonna
want to do a
that.
crit on it?
I'm
Okay.
gonna do that.
So by critting on this, because it's kind of it's a minion enemy, you just happen to with a crit on that, you just kill it instantly. So you give me. I mean, you're blind, but describe it to me. You're piking it.
I
mean, I described it,
I guess I'll like push forward until I can make contact, and then up.
Okay. All right. So kind of like splitting him open
From the
upward and
inside.
upwards.
Yep.
It's like dropping a bear.
What?
It's like dropping a bear.
I don't know what that means.
Bear attacks, you lean into it, they fall on the spike.
Oh.
It's like dropping a bear.
Okay.
I learned something new today.
Yeah, I've never dropped a
I'm pretty sure it happens in Rambo. Not 100%. Couldn't tell you. Haven't seen it in a long time.
Okay. So you hit its kind of a mucusy body, and then you just go straight up its neck and split it. It's just like a wet noodle, just bleh, or whatever. It clicks in distress the whole way up its neck, which you don't understand because it shouldn't be able to, but it's like, and then just like, or whatever, because you just like split its head apart, and it's all this goopy green stuff comes out of it, and it's spurting a bit. A bit of it gets on your face, and you just assume that it's from the body because you can't see. I don't know how the rest of you feel about seeing like the top half of some goopy thing get
I'm extremely frightened.
frightened.
He's going to shout nice kill again.
Bran just thinks it's kind of funny.
Kind of fun.
It's just kind of silly looking.
We're a little sadistic.
Yeah.
The distressful clicks as it dies.
I'm in a very high stress situation, so I find humor in that, so I'm just laughing at it.
All right, so the only remaining Jimvu is the one with the plating of the ship. So it is going to use this maneuver to creep in, and it is actually going to hit Bes'trouf in the back with it. Ooh. Just kind of banging against you. So give me 2 purples, please. And I'm going to change out one of his greens for a yellow because he's got a weapon. Oh, no.
How's it looking?
Not great.
You're having a bad day there, buddy.
So, the Jimvu surprisingly triumphed.
Of course.
So it's going to hit you in the back for maximum damage, which is going to be 7 damage.
Oof.
All right. And this is going to cause a critical injury on you. So this is our first critical injury minus in your blindness. That was a real spiel. So I am going to dead air while I get my other die.
Here I am helping you out, and you just leave your back to this guy.
Hey, you could have told me he was coming.
All right. So we're gonna roll.
You don't have
our
eyes on the back of your head or anything.
He doesn't have eyes on the front of his head either.
So, oh no! I'm gonna roll our first critical injury of the game. So let's see what we get. All right, 43. So you.
Oh yeah, there's like the big
The
list.
chart,
yeah.
The big book
So
of bad things.
okay. So this is not that bad. So you get the critical injury bowled over. So you have been knocked prone to the ground, and you lose not only in addition to the damage, you lose 1 strain. So that is an injury, even though you're like, oh, that seems situational, and like I can just get back up. Yes, but it's listed on your sheet. So if you get another critical injury, we add 10 plus the amount of critical injuries you have, right? So if you have 3 critical injuries, it's plus 30 or whatever. That gets you closer to character death. So that is something you'll want to work on healing at some point. But basically, for the way this works right now is you're knocked prone, you lose 1 strain, and you're going to have to spend your maneuver getting up.
Okay.
Getting back up. And you took the 7 damage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then he's the only one left. So then we go right back to Fumfu.
Okay, so I think I'm done killing things for now because I'm scared. So I'm gonna head over to Bes'trouf and I guess try to help you up, or just try to help you up.
Okay. So that you can do that. So your maneuver is you getting over to him, right?
Okay.
And then your action is helping him up off the ground. So then he doesn't have to spend a maneuver getting up. So you help him get up. So that's the end, essentially the end of your turn. Unless you want to lose a strain to move away or something. You can speak to him. That's incidental.
Yeah. I'll just tell him that hey, that's the first thing I ever killed, and it's dead. Did you see its face? I shot it in its face.
I did, but we had to, otherwise he was going to kill us.
How did you see his face?
Did you see?
No, but
Did you hear his face?
did you see his face?
I didn't see it. I heard it.
And you just killed something too.
Yeah, but if we hadn't, they would have killed us. Quick, let's get rid of this last one and we can continue on our way.
All right. Okay.
All right. Now we're back to Bran. You're 1 leg in the swamp, 1 sword in the swamp, but you have a boost die.
I do have a boost die. So I have to use an action to get my sword out, right?
Yes, but your boost die will hold until you roll. So
Okay.
it's something different if you're going to pull your leg out, though.
Yeah, I got to get the leg out of there. That's not ideal.
So that's going to be an athletics check.
Okay, I'm slightly better at that than everything
Right?
else.
So it will be 2 as a difficulty. It's an average check, and you'll add your boost die to it.
Which is...
The blue boy.
Oh, I like that one. Let's get out of this swamp. Fuck.
No. So you triumphed. So
I did triumph. I just
you
saw this
can
thing
use that as an automatic success, even though you failed.
Yes, I will take that.
So, but that's all you get. You don't get any special benefit from that. What you'll get is like you just managed to like ungoop your leg out.
Ungoop my leg. I still got another hand on my sword though, because I'm not letting that bad boy go.
So that was your action. So you're definitely free. Your person is free of this.
Yes.
swamp. So, but your sword is not.
Okay.
All right. So then we move to E.
And how far away is this last gym boy?
He is in short range to you right now because he closed in on Bes'trouf, and the only thing exposed is his head.
No feet, nothing else?
No, it's holding the plating in front of it like a sandwich board. Like you can maybe see it's like fingers, but
All right, and
It's like a riot shield. You can see.
to stash the gun and pull out a knife, is that 1 action or is that technically 2 actions?
to holster is 1 maneuver. To draw a new one is another maneuver that you have to lose a strain for.
All right, we will do that. Wait, maneuvers, you said?
Maneuvers.
So that it counts as moving too instead too. Shit. Well, in that case, we're going to try and shoot him in the face.
Okay.
And being that he is short range,
it'll be 3 because you have a heavy weapon, right?
I do.
Yeah. So harder to shoot closer up. Like
Still
medium long range is better for heavy, but it's because they have like stupid damage.
Well, in that case, could I move further away and then shoot?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because you didn't switch weapons, right?
I didn't switch weapons,
so
right. I'm gonna do that.
You can slide back to medium, and then it's only 2.
I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
I got
doofa.
another triumph.
Okay. What about the rest of it?
Nice.
I got 3 failures on a triumph.
Okay. So in this case, you don't deal damage. So you can choose. In this case, you can deal. You can either upgrade, downgrade, upgrade a check on an enemy, downgrade up for a friend, give a boost die, or you can quote do something vital.
So can the vital thing be shooting him in the hand?
The vital thing is my discretion.
It's your discretion.
Yes.
Let's do the vital thing anyway.
Okay. All right.
I
So
think that fits the narrative better.
So what's going to happen is you're going to you fire. You were aiming for the head, but you missed. You hit the plating almost dead on in the center. And the way it's holding the plating is the plating actually it ricochets the bolt off onto the ship, which then ricochets back off and hits it in its elbow.
Okay.
And it doesn't really deal any damage because the ricochet kind of like deflected most of its damage because it's a slug thrower that you're shooting. But it like clicks in pain and then drops the plating.
Fantastic.
So it is now exposed.
Nice. Good move.
And then we will go to Bes'trouf.
I'm gonna run up to him and attack him again
Okay.
with my pike.
So remember that's going to be your big difficulty thing because
Four
you're
of them. Yeah, I know.
you want it.
Struggle bus.
You want it to be blind. Remember this. Remember.
Yeah, it's not looking good. 2 successes, 2 failures, 1 advantage, and 2 threats.
Okay.
So 1 threat out of all of that.
Yeah. So basically, you kind of expose yourself in this regard. So you trying to stab wildly, like I think the ricocheting of the bolt kind of disoriented you because it ricocheted once and then again. So you miss entirely. Like you just kind of go like right between its legs and just miss. It is now like very close to you. Like it can and will because its turn is next. It's just going to like goopy bitch slap you, like backhanded bitch slap. So just full on. Give me one more green, please.
Just for flavor, when you missed, I would like to shout at you that, no, you need to poke higher.
And it goes down for its goopy
Your
backhand.
backseat stabbing over there.
And it misses too. It whiffs completely. So you just feel the gentle breeze on your cheek.
Everybody is
Gentle
really
breeze of
When I
a
hear him
big
go
boy
by, it's
passing.
like, it's okay. We miss sometimes.
everybody is really disoriented by this crash. Us and them.
Yeah.
Everybody just keeps missing like crazy.
So then we're back to Fumfu.
I would like to shoot that thing that. Shoot the one that just missed.
Okay.
Bes'trouf.
Jim?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's at medium range to you. So that's going to be 2 for you.
2 and 2.
Will this be the last thing that Fumfu kills?
She's going to go out with 2 successes and 4 threats.
Okay. So that's okay here because I think you made. So how much damage do you do with your blaster?
6.
Okay. So you have 2 successes or 1?
2.
2. Okay. So you're doing 8 damage on this boy.
Oi!
And because he's exposed by something vital, he doesn't have as much soak as he normally would. So you do 7 damage to him.
In his face.
Well, do you want to shoot his face? That's up to
Yes.
you. Okay. So you shoot him in
That's
the
all
face.
I know what to shoot.
All right. So it's his face is kind of charred and a little smoky. It looks a little bit like Bes'trouf's.
Could be
So
brothers.
Friend.
it's
Bestie's got a
it's
bestie.
clicking in both anger and distress and pain. It's just a whole myriad of different clicks.
What would that sound like?
Yes, I need an audio description.
That last one really sells it.
that was the anger click.
Yeah.
All right, and then it goes straight to Bran.
The failure. I'm gonna. I can't really do much. I mean, I'm out.
You got a blaster.
Yeah, but I can only do it one-handed because if I let go of my sword, it'll get.
Well, that's okay.
swamped up on me.
We use that narratively because you missed. Like you could still hold on to your sword.
All right,
and fire.
I'm gonna turn around, still holding onto my sword, and kind of shoot over my shoulder, in kind of a cool way, but also given the day I've been having, I think in Bran's head it looks really badass, but it really just looks sloppy.
Okay. Got it.
And I'm gonna try to. Did it drop the shield at all when it
Yeah,
got hit in the
dropped it,
elbow?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just try to go for the money shot right in the face.
Okay. So this will just be 2 purple because it's medium range.
And I have 2 green.
Yep.
Please.
Hey, got it.
Nice.
My first good.
So how much damage does the gun do?
I don't know. It's the one I picked up off the Deadman. You
Okay,
need to
yeah,
tell
the
me.
Deadman. I'm sorry. It does 4 normally. So you got the 1 and there's no failure. So you did 5 damage. So you are going to deal 4 damage to it.
Okay.
So you managed to hit it. You hit it in its body because I think you're less aiming and more just like shooting sort of wildly, but also cool at the same
Yeah,
time. You're just like,
exactly.
I want to be cool. I want to hit something too. or
Yeah.
whatever. So you shoot it.
to eat.
So you shoot it in its body, so it's like it's looking real bad. It's like holding one like a goopy arm like over its ruined face, and it's got one because I told you guys wrong. They have 6 limbs in total, so it has 4 arms. So it's like one arm is holding like where you just shot it,
He's
and
just
the other
kind of doing the Macarena over there.
The other two are just like, come on, and like, what is this about? And then we'll go straight into E. You're also at medium range.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
Shoot it then.
Gonna do what I'm good at.
We hope.
But, well, I may have used up
Something.
all of my luck so far.
You might have.
There's no might to it.
Uh,
Oh no, there was a lot of might to it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Christ.
6 successes, 2 advantages, and a threat.
Oh my god.
Is it dead now?
So I think this thing is dead, yeah?
How much damage do you do normally?
7.
Bye bye.
You killed its
Tell
whole,
me how
killed
you-
its whole family.
You killed its grandfather. Shot it so hard it went back in time and killed its grandpa. Tell me what happens when you shoot it. It's definitely dead. Just give me
So shoot at center mass, it blows a hole out the back of it, and it crumples with a defeated click.
the... And maybe just for like no reason because you're not sure if it's the swamp or if it's the Jim Vu. It's just like after the click, it's just one like... Like, is it the swamp? Is it the dead body releasing its gas? We'll never know.
Right.
And I think with that, you kind of, Bran, you pull free your sword, just
God,
kind of in a
thank
last ditch effort. You kind of fall on your butt on the ground.
That's
so
fine.
you've got your sword. It's vibrating menacingly, but it never
Shaking any
did.
of the
Never,
goo off.
never did anything. And you guys are standing kind of winded outside of your smoking ship, right by a swamp next to all these gooey dead bodies. And how do you feel?
He's feeling pretty good. took no damage, killed a whole bunch of dudes. You know,
Bes'trouf's not doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need some help.
it's all right, Bestie. I'll come help you.
I'm gonna
Is that
go
in
over
character?
to
Yeah.
Bran, and I'm just gonna show you my gun. Just hold it up to you.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you were pretty cool back there, man.
Oh, thanks. I've never killed anything before.
It gets better.
Oh,
It does.
Whoa.
Yeah.
do you always just shoot them in the face and that works?
You just kind of shoot and hope for the best, in my experience.
Okay.
Aim for the chest.
But quick roll call, guys. Where are we? What's going on exactly? Do any of you guys know what happened?
Bes'trouf says, I have no idea where we are, what's happening, or how we got here.
I'm gonna hold up my finger and say that I am like a planet encyclopedia,
Okay, so
Ooh.
and I know where
what
we
did do,
are.
Fumfu? Where we at?
What do I roll for that?
So you have lore.
Is it genealogy?
Nope, that'll be with aliens. So you could have used that with the dead body, but
Laura's in.
do you have lore
Do.
planetary or whatever? What
It
is
just
this?
says lore.
Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, there's like
There's
lore,
outer-
core worlds, outer rim.
What? What are you looking at?
In the knowledge skills, there's a whole block
Oh,
right
On
under.
the right, yeah.
So do you have any of those?
It says
Anything?
core world.
She doesn't have extra points on any of them.
Okay. Well, you can roll one of them. You roll.
I'll do core worlds.
Okay, go for it.
Core world.
Car.
How many purple?
Coral.
Are you sure you want to do core? Because we should be headed out to map things.
There's not really a mid rim one, so
Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
let's just go ahead and say just roll core. It's
That's
okay.
all gonna be
Close.
3s.
Yeah. It'll be 2. Oof. I see 2 failures.
There is definitely a single failure
failed.
total.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's bad.
I would say Fumfu like takes a minute and maybe pulls out like a little data pad thing, punches some things in it.
I have one of those.
She gets down by the swamp and kind of like swirls a finger in it. She can't taste it obviously, but kind of like pulls it up and kind of like
Yeah.
with it, stands up, looks around, hums and haws a lot. You guys get her telepathic feeling that she's kind of putting out. Starts out as like, I got this, and then it becomes quickly,
no idea.
quickly a thing of dread, and then just stands there and is just like.
I have no idea where we are.
And with that, there is a shutter in the earth right next to you guys, and then the nose of the ship slides forward just ever so slightly, about 2 feet into the swamp muck, and it is getting ever closer to the bottom of the swamp.
Oh, shit.
Oh no. Hey everyone, this is Trey. I play Bes'trouf in the Down to Tabletop podcast, and I'm also the producer for the show. I just wanted to thank everybody for listening in to our first episode. We're all extremely excited to be able to make this happen and give you guys something to listen to. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you don't, I'm sorry, but we love it. We have fun doing it, so hopefully you do too. I wanted to give a special shout out to Shrimp Tank Podcast for letting us use their studio space here at the Savant Building in Woodstock. So thank you to everybody at Savant for allowing us the time to get in here and make this happen. Really don't know what to say. I'm really glad that this is finally coming to fruition and we can actually post it and share with the world our passions. That's I think the beauty of podcasts, and I'm very, very excited to be a part of this. So thank you to Greg, Caitlin, Dylan, M, all of you for allowing this to be a thing. And thank you everybody for listening in. For our posting schedule, I think we're going to try to do once a week. We're going to shoot for Mondays. And as far as listening to the shows, we have our Facebook page, Down to Tabletop. And then under that same name, we also have SoundCloud accounts, and we also have Podbean accounts. We're going to try to also be posting to Spotify and hopefully iTunes at some point. But we will keep you guys posted on that information. Just wanted to, again, thank everybody for checking in here. I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now. But thank you for listening. That's honestly what I'm here to say, and I hope you guys enjoy it.